Hi there, welcome to Angelica's Corner. My name is Angelica, and in today's video I am doing my last week check-in for the month of October, as well as closing in my budget, and we're gonna review how things went for the month of October. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. If you like watching videos related to budgeting, savings, and becoming debt-free, don't forget to subscribe down below. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as I said, I'm doing my last check-in for the month. I'm gonna start, it's gonna be the 25th all the way to the 31st. I'm going to use my Parku pen, and this is purple, and I'm also gonna be using my green Parku pen, as well as my Stabilo marker .88. This is in black, and I'm gonna start with this one because I'm doing my bills and stuff with this, with the purple. On the 26th, a bill came out, so Canva, and that bill was for $12.95. I'm sorry you hear like weird noise in the background. That is my cat. She's in the room and she's going crazy in here. The next, on the 27th, I went to Panera Bread. And in Panera, how much was it? $14.12 was how much I spent there. And then we have the 28th. I did not purchase anything that day, so no bills came through. I didn't spend any money, so I'm already no spend. And then we have the 29th. That day, I went to Home Depot. And that was for a total of $8.73. On the 30th, I did not get paid. This is what I had estimated at the beginning of the month when I was at my other job. However, this week I used some Uber Eats money to fund this week. That day, I got some pet food, and that was for a total of $13.76. And that same day, I got groceries. I gave myself a budget of $30, guys. For the first time, I spent $29.73 because I didn't have a lot of money to work with. So that's how much I spent that day on groceries. On the 31st, I'm gonna do no spend. I didn't go anywhere on that Saturday. And on the 1st of November, I didn't do nothing else. I don't have it here because I haven't set up November yet. I didn't spend any money. Okay, so now that is done, I did pretty good. However, this is my paycheck number 3, right? I use this paycheck for this week, okay? I estimated things on Friday. I got that money. On Tuesday, I got my paycheck for Uber Eats. I'm using my Uber Eats, how much I make here. And I remember that I didn't have much to play around with, okay? Some of this budget is gonna go into the next week of my expenses, but we're closing out the month. For this week, Home Depot, I used my spend money, and as you can see here, I had gas 20, my spend money was $10. My medical, I didn't touch that. Pet food was only $10. Starbucks was the usual 10, 0, 0, and then I put money in my savings. So I went over my budget, I did, but not on grocery, which I was very proud of myself. But Home Depot, I used my personal spend money, so that was $10. So this is how I did it. We're gonna use my calculators. Had $10 for personal, right? Plus, I gave myself $10 for my pets, but I remember that I had $3 in there. So I had $23 between my personal spend and also my pet. So we're gonna, estimate to see if I went over my budget. So I went to Home Depot and I used my own personal money. So minus 8.73. I purchased something to use in the house and I used my personal money. So I subtracted that leaves me $14.27. And then for pet food, minus 13 $1.76, I got left over 52 cents. So I did good. I did not go over budget. Budget $10. So I know. This I budget, I'm gonna write here $13. I'm writing parentheses. Groceries 30. I did pretty good. No spend. I like the no spend days. And on the 26th, I'm going backwards, I'm sorry guys. On the 26th, Canva, that was expected. So that was budgeted. I'm gonna put budgeted here. And Panera Bread, that was not part of it. Over budget, over budget. I had no eat out money. So I went over budget on there. And looking at the month, I'll tell you this, reviewing the month itself here. Most of the month of October, I did went over my budget. I do know that for groceries, on all 3 weeks, I went, well, yeah, 1, 2, I do grocery mostly every other week. I went over budget on most of my groceries. I went over budget here when I went to Best Buy. I went over budget because I used my savings for my printer. Most of my bills came out. I was able to use all the checks I got and the money I made from Uber Eats. So I didn't have to tap into my personal expense, which is great. And pretty much my biggest issue right now is it's mostly groceries. And I talked about this in my last check-in. If you have not seen it yet, I'll leave it up here. My issue right now is grocery. I have a bad habit of overspending in groceries. But the last time I went to the grocery shop, I took honestly my phone, the calculator section, and every time I picked an item, I subtracted from the total of 30. That was my goal, 30. Anything over, I did not need. I'm gonna wait. And I need to start creating meal plans and going with a checklist. But I have a bad habit when I get in there, I'll be like, oh, I need this, or something that I forgot comes up. I need to create meal plans. I know a lot of people gave me great ideas about doing meal plans. They also told me about big grocery shopping, not on produce, but mostly on the dry stuff. And I am going to sit and speak to my mom because, you know, in the end, it's not only myself that lives in this house. I live with my mom and we do things a little bit different. It's very difficult for her to understand my system when it comes to budgeting and the importance of planning. And I need to speak to her and talk to her about that because we're having a little bit of issues when it comes to that. But so far, this is the first time I do a check-in, for a weekly check-in. And I'm honestly happy I did. I'm able to look to see where my spending issues are. I mean, it happens, you know, budgeting is not perfect. And I sometimes see videos when people are very harsh on themselves. Don't. You know what? Accept that you have an issue. Work on it. Now, it's bad if every single month after you know that you have a problem, a spending problem or whatever it is, that you keep doing it. Now you just don't want to fix it. But it happens. The budgeting world is not perfect, and if you are just being introduced to budgeting, it is okay to make mistakes when it comes to budgeting. Once you make a mistake, just see where you need work with. You know, maybe you need to give yourself a little bit more money in a certain category than another one. Don't beat yourself up. And I think that's the big problem why a lot of people fail when it comes to the budgeting system, is because they do bad one month, they're like, I'm not doing this, this doesn't work out for me. And I'll tell you this, guys, ever since I started budgeting in February, that's when I truly started taking budgeting serious. I have changed my life so drastically. I've been able to save money in a very drastic way. I'm able to see what my issues were, how to help myself, how to, you know, change my life. And I'll tell you this, budgeting in the long run, you will see how it truly affects your life in a good way, and how your savings and everything. It is not perfect and you're gonna make a lot of mistakes, but your savings, your lifestyle is going to truly appreciate it. So just be patient, try baby steps, you know, don't go crazy. If you feel overwhelmed, slow down, start somewhere, and then you go on and move on to the more complicated stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I truly appreciate you. If you're still watching, go ahead and subscribe down below if you have not yet subscribed, and I will see you guys all in my next video.